All right, hello and merry pandemic to everybody. I hope you're all staying healthy and sanitary out there while everyone is buying up all fabrics and cloths and other possible things to wipe their ass with and scalping hand sanitizer. Um, it's definitely out of hand um, with the whole coronavirus thing, but most importantly, it's just good that everyone stays safe and stay away from each other. State of Des Moines, God damn it, State of Des Moines. I actually mean Des Moines declared state of emergency, and what happened there is that we got to spread into Iowa. If you don't know already, now you do. So what's good? So basically, everything that has 10 or more people is being shut down, or canceled or requested to cancel. Um, yeah, it's my grandma is going crazy and just doesn't want to close her bar, and it's good. Yeah, it's getting nuts. Even in little towns and definitely big towns. But in little towns, people don't have anywhere to go, so they all tend to go to the same places all the time, and so it's hard to tell them not to come in and change their weekly routine, especially a drunk. So they're having a little problems with that. But if you are someone who is stockpiling fucking toilet paper, then great. But don't sell it. Well, not great, but don't sell it for more than what it's worth, because obviously you don't need it. Plus, companies are not only putting out statements slowly saying hey, if you need this shit, we'll send it to you, especially baby stuff, because people are trying to scalp diapers because we got monsters in the fucking world. Stocking up on toilet paper because everyone's buying it all and you don't want to be the one asshole left unwiped. And so it's a lot of panic buying is happening. But if you're buying diapers just to resell them, you're a moron. And you just deserve to be. Some of you may deserve to actually get the fucking virus. I dare say. So. And the thing is that also that places like Amazon and shit are actually shutting down scalpers that are trying to sell a $200 bottle of hand sanitizer of a gallon of this shit. So they're not having it. It's you're getting stopped, so now you're stuck with these products that you don't want or don't need, especially diapers and baby shit. Baby wipes aren't alternatives for Clorox wipes. They're for one thing, they do different things. You can't use a Clorox wipe on your baby's ass, so obviously they're not the same thing. But I know. I think I did hear that some. I think some women, probably now men too, are using them for makeup removal. I think that was it. I might be wrong on that. Might just be alcohol wipes. But even then, it's now with the quarantine, you're not going anywhere. You don't need the makeup. You don't need the wipes. You have all night to rub it off with a towel. I don't know how makeup works if you can't tell. But other than that, the mics are all getting canceled. Tonight's mic at Lefties is canceled. Tomorrow's mic at Time Out is canceled. The Parents Permission Required mic, the Underground mic tonight, and then I'm sure Thursday's mics at Java Joe's and Teehee's Comedy Club will be canceled too. So. I'm gonna be stuck in writing a lot. Hopefully I can get something good crafted out. Maybe get another 10 or 15 minutes just cranked out, so I have a bunch to work on when I go back. But yeah, that's what I mean. What else do you do as a writer in a comic? I do have a good amount of episodes to take me into, I think, mid-April. I might have to end up doing a solo one if the quarantine goes a little too long. But hopefully we can keep coming in on good artists and guests and everything. We got comedians Haley Call and Matt Lamb already in the bank, so I can put them out. I got Cold Saint, and then coming out with Sinister Karnie today, as you know from clicking on this episode. And other than that, I got a couple that I'm planning to do, but we're in a weird time with the virus and everything. People aren't quite as up for it, but so I'll have Tommy Morgan on soon, and then I'll have Haley Call, I have Haley Call recorded already in the bank, and I'll have Perry Thompson the third also coming up, so look out for them. yeah. Other than that, I just have a couple things to mention here. Yeah, other than the guests, the podcast now is technically on about 5 platforms: Spotify and Breaker and Google and what other one I'm blanking on the name of. But I'm going through distributors, and I only have about 5 episodes up right now on them. And so, but I'm gonna be switching hosts and getting everything up because Anchor doesn't want to upload my fucking cover art. So we are working on that. Yeah, so on this episode we have Sinister Karnie, and he's a rapper from the Des Moines area. He's a really cool dude. He's got it's like kind of like a scream rap, kind of harder kind of thing. And if I could say kinda anymore. And just with the mics to help support, because artists, we're not gonna die. Artists all have a thing driving, and we're not gonna let the scene die. We're not gonna let our outlet keep us, out of doing what we need to do, or want to do for that matter. It's like a stand-up comedy and musicians or whatever we might be. So really, you just need to support the businesses that are helping us have a place to congregate and perform. So Teehee's Comedy Club, even though Sid Walker made the point that he doesn't want anybody, he doesn't like the idea. He was like, fuck that, I don't like the idea of like people all buying gift cards just to help us out and spend their money. Like he said, your ticket sales and your drink sales are what help us, but if they go out of business and they can't have people in, then they can't do that. So gift cards actually do help a lot. So going against his prior claims at the Sunday sermon, yeah, that's just it's just something that you can do to help them out. Same with Lefty's Live Music. You can, and Matthew said you can buy a tab to use later, and then they can have that to use to pay bills and keep open, and then we have a place to go back to for the Tuesday mic later on. So I think that's a good idea to do. Not everybody's on that same page, obviously, but if you don't have the money for it, we get it. It's no problem. I say we like I'm involved, but it's not. I can't do much, so it's something. Yeah. And then I've got Jeffrey Jr. from some friends planning to come into the studio. Pope Lou, others from the Sunday sermon, and like I said, Tommy Morgan Jr., Perry Thompson III. I'm planning to have come in once we can find the time and sanitation to make sure we get them in and out healthily. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Like I said, Sinister Karnie, Bradley Glenn Severino, Italian. We give him some shit for it during the episode, but he's a cool guy. He's friends with my brother Jay Versus, if you know that episode at all. But he was also in the background of Skycrow's episode a little bit, and yeah. We'll give you links to all of his music here at the end of the episode and in the description and all that. And I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, Sinister Karnie.
For the main attraction. Oh damn, now that I got that new plan, now that I'm on a new land, they wanna hate what for, man? Cause I'm making a man of myself and you stuck on a Porsche. Damn, that's not the way to treat a boss. Struggling for years just to beat the odds. Support you when you cat abroad, then I wanna turn away and flip you off. Anybody real anymore, get lost. I will never slave myself to no one. Got a million reasons I can show off. Putting many verses in my pocket. You already know that's how I rock it. Put your hands in the air if you feel this. Taking my time, so sorry for the illness. Sleeping on me, why is you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams while you stuck on the couch shooting up like a fiend? Sleeping on me, why is you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams while you stuck on the couch shooting up like a fiend? Sleeping on me, why are you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams while you stuck on the couch shooting up like a fiend? Sleeping on me, why is you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams while you stuck on the couch shooting up like a fiend? Like a motherfucking fiend, like a motherfucking fiend. Punk ass bitch. We get it like a motherfucking fiend. Oh shit. So sorry for the ignorance, but every time I hear any viciousness from a drunk at the bar, take a hits again. I just can't help but laugh, shove it up your ass. Yes, it will pass and they'll be on my ass, saying I'm the best and ask for some cash. Ain't like for bitch, the negative will pass. Sleeping on me, why are you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams while you stuck on that couch shooting up like a fiend? Sleeping on me, why are you sleeping on me? Is it cause that I'm grinding to get to my dreams dreams while you stuck on that couch shooting up like a fiend.
Well, welcome to this week's episode of They Came From the Underground, everybody. My name is Jordan Clemens. I am sitting here with Sinister Karnie. If you listen to the Sky Crow episode, you know that we recorded these both on the same day, and you will hear bits of Karnie in the back of Sky Crow, and Sky Crow in the bits a bit in the back of Karnie. So there you go. First sign. And so whenever you're listening to this, we thank you for checking out Sinister Karnie. And yeah, how you doing, man?
Sir, I am very good.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
I'm happy you guys could, like I was saying before, I'm happy you guys were able to make the trip down here and
Finally.
yeah, exactly. Sky's from Waterloo, and you're from the Des Moines area, and so there's a bit of a drive between us. So yeah, man, that's it's really cool you guys were able to make it down. But yeah, so I'll actually take a look here. I'll probably use some of the questions I had set up for Skycrow to give me something to go off of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're in the similar lane as far as music goes to Skycrow, correct? As genre, scream rap, horrorcore sort of thing.
I have no fucking clue at this point.
No.
Man, I love music in general, and I had parents who were very musically inclined, so I heard a lot of different genres growing up. I heard a little bit of metal, a little bit of.
Bring that mic a little bit closer to you.
A little bit closer. I need to bring it closer.
We were talking about you love music.
Yeah. So having my parents be so musically inclined, man, I listened to everything. And when I started writing music around the age of 10, Dad started showing me a lot of the old school hip hop, like the Nubian music, the fucking your Tribe Called Quest, your Busta Rhymes, your Wu-Tang, your Method Man, your Red Man. Everything kind of fell into place. So I don't like to stick to one genre. We're working on EDM rap right now because I really like the festival idea in the EDM scene. And I was never a huge fan of EDM, but I always liked Skrillex. Skrillex and a little bit of Deadmau5. So when I thought about it, when I kind of ran out of ideas one day, I looked up a beat produced by Great Dane called They Have No, I think the beat was called They Have No Idea What's Coming. Something along the lines of that.
Right on.
Don't quote me on it. But and then one day, that was the day I wrote Sleeping on Me, and then I went into the studio with one of the best producers out there, Mr. Lazy C. And
shout out to Lazy C.
We got to working and fucking a couple
crotch
weeks.
Dig for the lighter.
Right?
Had many of those in my day.
Oh, it's in between the couch.
Oh, there we go.
So it came out, and Sleeping on Me was born, and I released it on YouTube, and within, I would say, I believe it was like 2 or 3 weeks, it had already gotten 100 views.
Damn, dude. That's awesome.
And I released it. Where did I release it at? It was a show. I first did it on the first show, and everybody went fucking nuts. And it was like everything I ever worked for finally coming into place that day. And,
hell yeah.
From there, it only got better. We released Suspect with Scatterbrain. And then I released a song that I originally did a few years back on one of my really, really underground albums, The War Not Yet Won. And I did this song called To the Top. Well, it was a song that was really popping and was getting me a lot of exposure in the scene because at this point I'd been doing shows. And I was still recording, and I was recording at Central Campus at the Radio Video. They would let me, if I got all my work done, they would let me record in the booth. Shout out to them, Mr.
Nice.
Johnson.
That's cool.
I don't know if he's there anymore, but shout out to Mr. Johnson.
He's definitely listening.
He's the fucking shit. One of the best teachers I've ever met.
He's
man.
one of my frequent listeners. He's a subscriber.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, you're serious?
No, I'm kidding. No.
I was like, oh, you're serious?
No, definitely not. No, that'd be hilarious. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
He'd let me do all my work and shit in the class. Very big supporter.
That's dope. Yeah. Hell yeah. When and how long ago was that?
Oh man,
Years wise.
that's at least 3 or 4 years old.
Right on. That's awesome, man.
Yep.
That's super cool that you have that available just like early on too. Like you have that space, and it's like,
Oh yeah, I love
you know, kind of train that like that work for, because obviously like it's something that you want, so you're gonna do the work willingly. Oh, thank you. That because you know you're getting getting to work on your dream.
And I was getting college credits. I was getting college credits in
Oh,
school
wow.
for making music on my spare time, man. You know.
That's dope. That's
So-
that's the dream right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for us youngins.
Youngin. I can't even consider myself a youngin anymore because I hate these fucking kids. I hate these fucking kids.
How old are you? How old are you now?
I'm 21. I'll be 22 in June.
Nice.
Man,
Right on.
I hate these fucking kids. I apologize. I apologize to anybody that I know in that generation.
I do have a
don't-
strong follower base of like 8 to 12-year-olds.
Well,
So they're gonna be fucking furious. No, I'm just kidding.
8 to 12. It's I'm always around good people. I strictly fuck with anybody on Strange Music. You know, if it's not strange, it's
Then it's normal. I don't like normal.
yeah.
No, that's stupid. Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Strange music is awesome. That was what got me Strange music was really what kicked off me even doing shit to like get me to this point, probably.
Yeah, I'm a fucking. One day I
I
remember
got the towel
I was,
right here for every time I do an interview with someone. I got the towel right there.
I got my necklace around my neck. I wear it on stage. I wear it to every show.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Freestyle Diamante for that opportunity. He was the one. I remember I was working at Taco Bell with his best friend Joey Hager. Shout out to him. I hope he's doing okay. His mom recently passed some months ago. Yeah,
That's rough.
it's. But shout out to him. Sweet, fucking, most honest and caring man I've ever met.
Hell yeah.
They pretty much lived in prison their whole lives.
Really.
You know, so they knew that concept of the fight to struggle to fucking get where you're at when they met me, and I fucking met him in a Taco Bell drive-thru one night. He showed me the it factor. Joey showed me the it factor. Look it up on YouTube, Freestyle Diamante. You won't regret it.
Right on.
I heard it, and I was fucking blown away. Nobody in Iowa had been doing this shit except for Scatterbrain.
Nice.
And when I found a motherfucker that could just get up and go, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, fucking, is he
Hell yeah.
signed to Strange? No, not yet, but he's got his
Right.
own label.
Hell yeah.
And he told me about the label, Forever Records. Shout out to Forever Records.
Excuse me.
And then one thing led to another. I gave him a demo. And this is when I still had Audacity.
Yeah.
I was recording in a fucking bedroom.
You make do with what you
He
got, man.
saw something through that shitty fucking production that I was doing. And one thing led to another, and now this man is the reason. I am having a
I'm
kid,
carrying
by the
his
way,
ba-
though.
I'm carrying
Yeah.
his baby.
Speaking of that, I am having a baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
We'll
That's
get
what's
to
up.
that. We'll get to that though. So back to if you threw me off, I'm gonna fuck you up. But no, one thing led to another. I got the text. I fuck with you. I want to meet up with you. Let's meet up.
Hell yeah.
And from that day, I had dropped to my knees in tears, man. I couldn't believe it. And now he took me out to Denver last year to meet Joey Cool and fucking Palmer Squares and Info Gates. Rest in peace. Oh my God. Oh, still fucking me up, man.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That is a rough one. That was very
But no,
recent.
I met all of them out there, man. UBI, there's fucking some of the sweetest people you ever meet. Sweetest, honest, caring people you ever meet, man.
Mhm.
And, you know, everybody will tell you that tour, like, fucking does something to you. Joey's got a baby girl. Or, not, she's not a baby anymore, but he's got a daughter.
Yeah. That's
You
true.
know, he's
Yeah.
gone, I would say, 85% of the time.
Yeah,
on
man.
the road.
That's a big struggle that that artists deal with is and performers is they're chasing their dream, they're on the road, but you know that kid comes along and you gotta and they really struggle with that, trying to, because they want to be there, but they have to, if they want to hang on to this career they develop, they gotta still tour and get on there. So that's hard as fuck.
Right now, I don't know what that's like, you know. So
Right.
I can't even comprehend how much, you know, it really hurts. Hopefully I'll be going on tour in April at some point, though. I'm excited about that.
Hell yeah.
I'm not allowed to discuss anything.
Well, then we'll just say hopefully, and then
Keep it on the low.
So then give out support and say and send out shit that
Can't say,
saying you want them to help them out.
yeah, can't say too much information, but I'm excited about it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. So
And,
then, okay, go ahead. Okay.
And it's, I mean, when Info died, I had only met him one time in Denver.
Right.
So there is no way I could hurt as bad as, you know, JL, Joey, Sess Crew,
The
you know,
family.
even Freestyle, because that was the inner circle.
Yeah.
That was the Killer City committee, you know, and
Yeah.
they lost a
Straight
member.
up, yeah.
The main circle lost a member, which
I love
means
it,
it
yeah.
shockwaved everybody.
Big time. That, yeah, not only, yeah, and a sudden shockwave, and what made it a shockwave is that it was sudden. If it was something that was like people like had all this time to build up to, it was like something that people saw coming in any way, then that would have been you know, it still would have been tragic, but it definitely would have been easier to take.
Yeah.
Because I just remember I just opened Facebook one day, and then like I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, and so then I had to read into it because like legit, I had at first no joke, just because it happened so often. I was like, this is even real, because I knew him, so I was like, this might be people fucking with people.
Yeah, because people write fake articles all the time.
Yeah, and I was like, but I don't know, you know, is it at that level that like someone would do that? And so, but then you know, I started seeing it, I started reading into it, and because like no one was really saying what happened, everyone was just like giving out with their wishes. No one, like, I couldn't find, I wasn't coming across any posts of it, but then I at least found one, gave a brief, you know, they're looking into it, but this is what they suspected, and it was literally like something that maybe like it from the sounds of it, maybe some people knew that this is something that was going on. Maybe it was something that was completely unexpected, but it literally happened overnight, and like people were hanging out with him the day before, like
Right, the night before.
literally the night, like mere hours before, people were with him, thinking life
gonna
was
be all right.
yeah, they're just gonna wake up tomorrow and do whatever they were gonna do.
Always take advantage of life. I hate these people who want to always be negative.
Right.
You know, I used to be that way, and I really had to open my mind and open my soul and my spirit up to everything.
Let people take your spaghetti sometimes.
And shut up. And really figure out why I was living. I knew I wanted to live for music, but I would always talk about suicide, and I would always think, you know, with how bad my mental illnesses were, is this controlling my life? Or is this the mental illness at this point? Because I started to feed into it. And once I had that wake-up call, enough was enough. You got to live your life while you can, because you see everybody dying around you. You could be next at any minute of any day. You could be the healthiest person ever, drop dead by tomorrow.
Very true. Yeah.
So take advantage of everything that you can. Be happy. Don't worry about what the president's doing. The president's just a face anyway. Getting rid of the president doesn't get rid of the problem. Getting rid of the people in Congress and putting new people in Congress is what gets rid of the problem.
It can.
You need to modernize everything.
Well,
we have not evolved. We haven't even evolved the way old movies said we were going to evolve.
No, that's actually now that you say that, that's actually like a good point. If you really want to look at what we thought the future was going to look like at one point as compared to now, but
Yeah, we're still flying cars or Jetson cars.
Well, one of
right?
my
You know,
favorite
like,
movies
with
of
all the way
time.
from Meet the Robinsons up to like now, like when you see a new Call of Duty, it's like the whole fucking thing is just an apocalypse. You know,
Right? Yeah, because one of my favorite movies, Event Horizon. I urge you to go check it out. It's on Netflix. It's on everything. It's by 2015, we were supposed to step foot on Mars, according to what they said years ago.
right?
And by 2040, we would already gone past the universe.
Yeah.
Event Horizon was
Right.
a story about a ship who made it all the way to Uranus with a crew.
Boy, if I could talk about the number of trips made to my anus with the crew. Oh boy!
Oh, it's Uranus. My bad. It's Uranus. That's how it's pronounced, actually.
Oh.
Because Mr. Cosmos, I can't remember what his name
So
is.
instead of saying anus, we say urine.
Uranus. Yeah, I guess.
Which is
Now
better?
we're pissing? I don't know.
better? Question mark.
I've been getting into space shit lately.
No, that's cool. And don't mind me. Part of my.
In aliens.
Oh, I do too. You don't gotta whisper. He has an alien
Aliens.
on his computer.
It's aliens.
What would be really fun? It would be funny if he was over there, like, had his Alienware laptop, has a little alien face on it. He's like, aliens aren't fucking real, bro. Like, typing away, like.
No, I got this crazy hair and I'm like, alien.
I have to wear the hat to hold it down.
Yeah, I had to keep it.
When I talk about aliens, my hair slowly starts to creep upwards.
Go back home.
it's that's the beam pulling me in.
Go home, man.
Oh man, yeah. No, and part of my way of dealing with sad things is humor. So don't mind me trying to liven things up here and there.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Fuck, I forgot where we were.
We were we had moved. We were talking about. I kind of forgot where we were too. But Skycrow, where were we? No. But.
I'm in here right
Oh,
now.
come
We are both stoned as fuck over here. It is your job
You're the
to
moderator.
make sure
You're the moderator.
that we don't get
We're
lost.
going to talk about how Sinister Karnie lost his spaghetti.
Okay, you're not the moderator anymore. You're fired.
You're
All right.
terrible. You're fucking
You're fired.
terrible.
You're
I
fired.
need to sit the fuck
You're,
down
fi-
and go to fuck
you're
home.
fired. You're fired. You're fired.
When did Trump get here? I'm not. No, I'm
I've
not
been
dealing-
here. I've been
Listen.
here the whole time.
Listen,
Whole
they
time.
already think I'm a fucking American
I've
human
been here.
being.
Been
No,
here.
motherfuckers.
Whole time.
Italian. Listen to his accent.
I am Italian as fuck.
His hands are
Not-
going. His hands are going all over the place. I can't.
My last name.
I fear for my life.
My last name is Severino. If for
Very
those who
Italian
don't
last name.
know,
Bradley Glenn Severino, Sinister Karnie in the
yes,
house.
sir. So, there's a lot of people that don't know that because I only really get my tan in the summertime. But I burn because I have so much fucking Irish and Scottish in me. I burn and then it comes out that beautiful brown color.
Right.
Well, everybody just thinks it's a fucking farmer's tan because nothing else really gets tan because I used to be self-conscious as fuck. I used
Right.
to never wear tank tops and shit. And after
Now he gets naked.
losing
Now public pool, no bathing suit.
after losing over stupid shit.
Wait, but, yeah, you were saying you lost weight, were you?
Yeah, I lost over 120 pounds.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Good on you, dude.
Uh,
Well, actually, good off you, but
one of the main reasons
technicalities.
One of the main reasons is because my tooth broke and my nerve got exposed. But
Oh, really?
yeah, I gotta go have a root canal done on my third.
Do I gotta break it? So I just gotta break a tooth and I'll drop 120?
Well, I had to stop drinking pop because water was the
Ah.
only thing. Water was the only thing I could drink and let
Right.
alone eat for a
Yeah.
while after that.
Including
Um,
cold turkey.
that's it. But no, back onto the subject. Forgot where it was. again.
We were talking about how we were just then talking about how you lost weight, and then
What was
first it
before
was
that?
at first we were talking about the summer and how you tan because you're Italian, but you got Irish and then you burn.
Oh
and
yeah,
it comes down.
fuck man, I'm a very peaceful person. So like I don't vote. I don't talk shit about politics either. I don't say I hate Trump. I don't say I like Trump because I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote
Don't
for
get involved.
anybody,
Right.
so I can't say shit.
Yeah. If you just don't get involved, then fucking like no one can be mad at you.
You know, and
Well,
people get mad at me for
technically you
doing
can.
that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, technically
know?
there are people who are gonna be like, you should get involved, and then they're like, but you made the wrong choices. What do you want from me?
It's all just. I hate the way certain people look at me when I walk down the street, because like
That's why I stopped driving shuttle at work.
it hurts my culture. Because you know my culture is filled with beauty and politeness and kindness. You know, and when I walk around, I do walk around aggressive, but I've made some stupid ass decisions in my life. I have to walk around like I'm gonna beat somebody's ass, because if I don't, somebody's gonna jump my ass. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I've kind of noticed the people kind of present themselves as far as their disposition towards their own future
Yep.
kind of pertains to. Like if someone's like real aggressive, they're probably not thinking about the future. They're very in the moment. Like they're probably very in the moment, and then like the more relaxed, like, and then if someone's like genuinely like happy, they're living both in the present and the future, but they're calmly living about the future, not worrying about it because they know they can't control it, but they know that they're gonna do their best.
Absolutely.
You know, so like there's a whole scale in between that.
Yeah.
Of like of this whole thing, because like that's everywhere from like the guy that's like got a skip in his step to the guy that's like stomping. You know.
I feel like it's just people are thinking too hard.
Yeah. I
You
can see
know,
that.
I'm one of the nicest people in the world,
As long as you
but
don't touch the spaghetti.
Enough with that.
my dress code, you would not think I'm a peaceful person. I'm wearing chains on my fucking pants.
You look like you got a lot of confidence. I'll say that.
The only thing that could throw you off is my colorful bandana got tied around me. You know, but that's just me making sure I don't get jumped.
And
I
if
like
you wanted
wearing bandanas.
Right, if you wanted, for the description, he has he has like a Darth Vader styled jersey, meaning that it is all dark colors, and then has a Raiders long sleeve underneath it. So again, more black and gray, and then black pants, and then black
my fucking
shoes.
shoes are black and gray.
Black shoes, and then he has
Black socks. I got it all. It's black
then
everything.
Exactly, and then red, and then his strange chain.
I don't mind a little
and,
chocolate either, even a little caramel. I like that shit.
So
Ladies?
he's putting the word out there,
No,
ladies.
no.
And men. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I have a wonderful fiance. She is my fucking concrete surface to my sanity right now. I met her. I originally went to school with her for a couple years, if that. She moved around a lot. She had a terrible past. It's terrible past, and it was fucking. I swear to bad motherfucker. Okay.
She was out there working at volunteering at soup kitchens and shit, and like she was like helping out special needs kids. I was like, what are you wasting your time for?
That.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can't.
I was making a joke. Yeah.
I can't get into it, and it infuriates me when I talk about it. But we won't get into it.
That's exactly why I gotta make fun of special needs kids right now.
That's it.
I gotta keep things light. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding again. For all the listeners, I'm kidding again.
I've thought about quitting. I've thought about everything in the book. And she just fucking grabs my face, goes, you know damn well you can't fucking stop.
Right.
That's not what I did it for. That's not why I started it. You know, I'm not going to stop. This is what I want to do. You know, I'm coming headstrong into it, and I'm doing it by myself. I'm booking my own shows, I'm selling my own tickets, and it's a bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it done one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude.
Calling all fucking managers.
Again, yeah. So another call out. So if you're a manager,
but not just any manager. I will be picky because if I'm gonna do it, you know, I was taught the business side as much as the music side from my dad. So
That's cool.
I've got.
Well, it's good that you have
key.
that. Yeah, man. That's a lot to have to go into.
I also have a bomb ass fucking DJ to fucking come with me along the way.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Also, shout out to Dead Silent and Lyric for our new track coming soon. Our new single off of the Sleeping on Me album. I put 31 to the side.
Coming up next, the God Get Off Me album.
God, get off me. All right, that's enough.
Puts out the Sleeping on Me album. All the ladies kind of was like, all right, get off.
I'm done. Get off.
I won't have that problem. My girl is a fucking badass.
Boom.
She bought fucking throwing knives. And
Nice.
She bought throwing knives, and I'm like, do you know how to use these? And she didn't say shit but fucking laugh at me. That's how you know the bitch is a ninja.
You thought you were gonna say something else.
No,
bitch is a fucking
I just didn't expect it
assassin.
because I was like,
I don't need to worry about shit. She is fucking a bitch up. I don't have to worry about it.
that's what's
My
up,
guy
man.
hears that NI comment. He's like, oh no.
It's like, yeah, it's weird. Like now you can't but like if you start even like saying it, it's like it could be so many words, but people are just immediately like, ugh. You know,
Crow,
Yeah, they go, oh, because they got hit by the
right?
I have to piss so fucking bad right now.
We can
This
take a
is
pee
some
break.
Bullshit. No, I'm gonna try to stick it out for as long as I can. If I can't stick it out, then
Don't do it. It sucked. Don't do it.
I know. Yeah, you're good. I've done it before, plenty of
And then if
times.
you take a pee break, you can really quick give me that file.
Well, I could. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like he's not gonna pee that long.
If you want to do a pee break, we can do a pee break real quick.
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
fuck it.
And
No, I strictly fuck with weed and weed only.
Okay.
The reason being, mom, I guess you could say, was a drug lord
really,
when I was younger. She was a badass about it, man. I didn't find out about it. Oh my god, I can't even pay attention to the fact my tooth hurts right now.
oh shit. All right, we're back in.
It doesn't hurt. It throbs.
Really?
But it throbs to the point where it doesn't hurt anymore. It's fucking irritating.
Mm.
So it's just like
doesn't help. Yeah. Oh, your heartbeat. Yeah. Heartbeat in the face. That's always fun. Are you gonna be okay to be able to do another?
Yeah,
25 minutes or so?
It's gonna be alright.
You want to so we can either so we were talking about your mom, but if that would be like too much to put on like the podcast, then we can go back to talking about your come up into music.
Oh no, so when I found out about it, I found out from her boyfriend.
Oh really?
Her boyfriend did it, and he wasn't as slick.
Mm.
He was being stupid, you know. My mom still had
Those are the ones
morals
that give them
too.
away, yeah.
You know, that was the thing that fucked her over. Was,
Right.
you know, she still had morals and values. She was still a mom. And she knew that.
Right.
So that's why me and Lindsay never saw anything. Because the way I was taught is keep it the fuck away from your kids.
Right.
They don't need to know about it.
Yeah.
They hit a certain age, that's a whole different story. So I found out about the weed when I was like 13, and eventually I was kind of like, fuck it, because I didn't smoke yet.
Right.
Got high that same year.
Things can escalate.
Stupid.
Because I got high.
Doing it ever since, man.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like when it happens in 1 year, it always seems like it's sudden, but it's like it's really not that sudden because like it happened over a long course of time where you had to find out about it, think about it, have a thought in your head, process it, consider
Absolutely,
things,
yeah.
go over it, and then land on the decision when it was presented to you to then
But
smoke.
the minute everything had ended, mom got raided, mom went to prison eventually.
Right.
From that day forward, when I went to go live with my dad, it was gonna be nothing but weed. I knew, I saw everything that drug did to people, except for my mom.
Right.
Mom was still going to work, busting her ass, coming home, cleaning the house, making dinner for us. mom was still a mom,
Right.
you know. So I feel for some other kids who never had parents like that, because
Yeah.
my mom is a true badass.
And she was dealing like hardcore stuff. Is what you say?
Hardcore.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we can't get into it because
No, definitely. Don't. You don't gotta go in anything. You can't.
The street life does shit to you, which is why I talk in a little bit of a slang.
That and the
I'm
Italian.
from that place.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I feel for y'all.
There's a few. Yeah. No, I definitely.
Mr. Proper Skycrow over here probably fucking looking at me, wannabe. Fucking wannabe.
Hey, let's just say this. He looks like a DJ.
I can't fucking help it, man. But yeah, he's awesome.
Oh yeah, no.
He's awesome.
Oh great. No, yeah, they're great. Well, that's it. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I love about comedians. I talk a lot about it because that's like
I
that's
love
my
comedians.
fascination.
Joe
Hell yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah,
one
dude.
of my favorites.
That's one of my favorite things about it is they make fun of each other all the time, but but literally for no seconds, unless it's literally the Comedy Central roast where they go fucking hardcore, because it's like that's when you try to hurt feelings. But if it's like like when they're comedians out in public, if they just don't talk to each other, they either just like don't talk to each other, or if they do, it's very nice. And when they're friends, they make fun of each other all the time, and they never get offended because they're like, why would I be? I know.
You get as much as you dish out.
Yeah,
So
and
it's like-
plus you're used to it, but yeah, exactly, yeah,
It's kind of like
That's why I don't like these social justice warriors, man.
yeah. No, yeah,
I can't stand it.
No, the people,
Why
yeah,
are
no,
you
there's
complaining?
there's
What is there
ve- yeah.
complain about?
the people that actually get shit said about them from Twitter are like it's like 6 people, whatever. It's like it's not nearly what they blow it up to be.
I can't understand it.
Well,
I mean,
what it is trying to fit and be so really what it is it's competition. People want to be the evolved thing. People want to be the next thing or the best thing, or like, so like when we get to this point of like this is the normal, then we get the next batch of people who get used to things being a certain way, and they go, but we can do better. But the problem is there are so many people. You got some very crazy people, and so like, and not like crazy, but just like in a collectively to collectively put in all the reasons that it could be considered off into one, because people will take things too far. It's not like there's a lot of guys that are just doing shit to get laid, and so they go a little too far. There are women who are like really passionate about a thing, and but then like maybe they don't get into it. There's whether you're a man or woman, there's like or trans or whatever, like literally whatever you are, everyone wants to be
turn it down.
everyone wants to be what's on top. They want to be part of the group that's leading. They want to be ahead. They want to feel like they're right. They're on the right path. They know what's going on. They get it. They get the picture. They're right.
But nobody really gets it.
No, they
Because
don't.
nobody knows.
No. But that's so hard for some people to say, because that means that they don't have control. And that's a whole nother thing.
No
accepting
one has control.
accepting what you don't have control over and just letting it be.
I just said earlier, I don't have control.
Literally, if you cut it all out, cut out all the fat.
Mhm.
If you want to do music, if you just keep doing music and like literally just don't think about like the people who don't like you, then you'll just advance from just doing it. Comedians will do comedy for 10 years before they get like to the point where people are like, oh hey, you're that guy, yeah, or that girl, so it's literally like, if you're not putting it in, then people sense that, and then they also feel like they can't invest in you. But if they feel like they can invest in you, then you can go. But and then also the problem of the artist is, you want to put out this product, but then also like you put it in, and there's so much waiting that it's like, it's like it builds, it like so much builds and builds, and there's so much, and there's so much in there, and so it's just. And so as much as you deal with, I just, it's such a thing that, you will have the days where that if you just keep doing it and keep doing it with the love and keep doing it with passion, you'll just keep advancing in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Eventually, I am going to make it.
Exactly. And that's I think that's something that's real important for artists to be able to realize these days.
But see,
you have to really stick into it.
I gave myself such a big goal.
It's
When
gonna
you
take
give
a lot to
yourself a
reach.
bigger goal, you get further. Because you advance
Exactly.
faster.
You have to. Yeah, exactly. You always
You
got to
know?
be.
So the faster you advance, the faster your goal comes.
Very true.
And if you have that work like I do, like I've saw my mom do and my dad do all these years,
That's a big place to learn that ethic too.
you'll get there.
Yeah, man.
My dad is I showed my dad my verse from Red Queen
Oh.
and he fucking lost it.
Yeah,
He was so excited about it.
Nice.
It's his favorite fucking song.
that's awesome.
He even likes everybody on it, you know?
Really?
Crow, fucking Dead Silent, and Lyric.
That's dope, man.
You know? It was I've never seen Dad smile that big in my life.
That just that connection, like my son, my boy made it. That's so cool.
And it was
Yeah, man.
amazing. And we're gonna do it.
Insert soundbite of Karnie's verse of Red Queen.
And then have a studio audience going, "Aw, no."
I already made it. I chopped up like a section of your verse for a soundbite that we can throw in there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm working over here, man.
I'm-
Working.
I
Working over here.
if you're I like your energy. I might have to talk to you about, but I've been thinking about getting a producer. I might have to talk to you again.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
He'll tell you. I'm serious about it. I'm with him.
I'm also working with your brother on this new album.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Jay Versus is gonna be on the bonus track. I'm not gonna say any more details. 'Cause
Right.
You gotta shut the fuck up and wait.
Exactly. You'll get it when you get it.
And you
There you
gotta
go.
understand that. Shout out to Freestyle Diamante.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Voice
man.
mouth
Good
closed
things.
guy, I can't stop talking about my new projects. Like I'm the last person you want to like talk to about a movie you haven't seen. 'Cause I accidentally spoil shit.
It's like, stop, man. He sees dead people. Like,
Sorry, man. I can't.
oh, I tried, man. Just like, it took everything I had.
It's like holding in a
No.
funnel.
But yeah, he's stoked about it. I heard a little bit of his verse. He sent it to me in a little voice clip. And I'm really fucking stoked
That's awesome.
to hear what he's gonna bring to the
Hell yeah.
table.
Yeah, man. He's got so much shit going on. I'm hoping everything gets, there's whatever.
I had so much respect for your brother when I first met him. He walked up in the house and saw my cousin Nathan doing stupid shit and immediately came up and swacked him upside the fucking head.
Really?
And I was like,
Shit, what happened?
oh, I need to talk to this kid. He was doing stupid shit.
Well, so like, well, what do you mean exactly?
I think something had went down, and fucking Jay found out about it. Nate was doing some stupid shit.
Stupid shit is cool.
Being Mr. Buff, man.
He's
doing.
yeah, okay.
He's
I know you're
doing a
talking
lot
about
better now.
It took
He's,
me a minute to remember,
He
but
was
yeah.
at the Stevie Stone show. He's doing a lot better now.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Hell yeah.
He was the one I was worried about the most because
Yeah.
he kind of got the shit end of his family's and our family's encounters. So, but I'm so glad that he's. Why am I shaking? Am I still cold as fuck or some shit?
Well, there could be a slight chill, but also like maybe you could just have a lot of
Like I was
But-
asking you why he's shaking.
Cause I don't fucking know.
like, I like.
I am drinking some really cold ass water right now, so that might be why.
Well, yeah, it doesn't help that you're kind of chilly, but also I'm picking up on your energy. I don't have a good way of I can't think of a good way to explain it, but I feel like I'm kind of getting why you're maybe a little moving around, got a little energy going, and excuse me, you want to come across, you're on a recording, you want to come across like you, and you are, man. Like just like if it helps at all, when it like 99.999% of the time it doesn't, but relax, like let it just like if you're telling a story, let the emotion take you. If it if you feel like you need to check yourself, like just really address it, like fucking no wrecking here. So this is a very I like to be as inviting as possible. Just fucking be you, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So if you're nervous at all, just Let it take you.
No,
Just
I
ride
am
with
cold.
it.
I feel my fingertips. I am.
You are
cold.
chilly?
Yeah.
All right, so
My fingertips are cold. Everything's cold.
I'll
It's
save
just
it.
fucking stupid, but yeah.
I'll save that explanation for later. No, but no, yeah, I get that, man. No, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear that too. That's gonna be good shit coming out, man. What's your writing process like? What's like an ideal space for you to be in when you're writing shit?
Oh man, fuck. Honestly, it could be anywhere.
Really? You just
Nice quiet place mainly.
yeah.
My room, fucking. It could be a hotel room. You know, as long as it's quiet and relaxing. You know, if it's a peaceful environment. You know, I like the incense in my room and shit. Kind of getting that mind state.
Definitely.
Huh? Is that he likes to get naked?
No.
Helps regulate the body temp.
I mean, I sleep naked, but that's a whole different reason.
Actually, that's legitimately what that's good for is regulating your body temperature. So while we're on the topic, yeah, yeah, man.
But besides that, I'm always at least wearing pants in my room. Can't walk around in my boxers. I feel weird.
Yeah, I'm that same way. Isn't that? I definitely know I'm not the only one who's like, why, like, who's being like, I get to walk around my house naked. Why? Yeah, it's just probably freeing. What's funny, right? Yeah, what's funny is like I've done it.
Speaking of that, no, I'm playing.
Bradley, stop de-dressing. Stop undressing. De-dressing.
De-dressing.
I was trying to. I was like, I was gonna say declothing to be stupid, but then then I went to be like, no, just say normal. But then I ended up having a naker situation. Yeah. So
Naker.
had a naker situation.
That's a bunch of. That was a load of bullshit.
You think so?
Dumb blonde bitch.
You think she just tried to
You
slip it
said what you fucking said, Miss Republican, thinking you could get the fuck away with it.
The other team he was on was like, what was it?
She mixed up Knicks and Lakers.
Yeah.
She paused. Fuck no. She
No,
paused.
the pause was there because she got confused.
Yeah, it was like you could it was really visibly that you could see the brain fart happen. Like, she was like Naker. Yeah. So I said, but it sounds so much like it that it's understandable why it sparked the controversy.
I cannot believe that it was Naker.
Dude, for real, like that was such a weird moment too.
Have you listened to the thing?
I did, yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
You could like watch the video. You could see her like she like has like a in-person stutter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
What
you know
is? Oh, here's another thing. It's so funny to think that at one point, like, our movies have portrayed news to be at one point something where they like said it flawlessly and it's very smooth and clean and they talk
But it's
well.
really not.
It's not. They fuck up all the time,
Oh yeah.
dude. It's dumb.
I just feel like it wasn't as accidental as they said it was.
I would not honestly not be surprised if she had the word in there, just like subconsciously of her being like, okay, I am talking about black people. Don't say the N-word. And then as soon as she goes to say the Edward teams, it was like almost like three things that got mixed up, you know. So it was like she was just like
She didn't even put the L in it. It was
like-
Lakers. It wasn't no Lakers.
the Los Angeles Lakers. Dude, actually, the best news flub was I can't even remember who it was, but it was like it's like an old ass news reporter, but he was talking. It was when the caravan was in the news, and they're like the news of a Mexican caravan today leaving from Mexico City or it was like leaving from so and so to on its way to the Mexican city of Matulda today, and then like he completely bailed on it. It was like Matulda, like he just mumbles this word that's like that's the name of a Mexican city because he cannot pronounce it and he's got to keep going. So he's like coming from
Ship, that's what you're supposed to do. You just abandon. Just pretend it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen. You even see his face be like Matulda. And
I've
that's literally
stuttered a few times on stage and people don't even fucking notice.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
listened to recordings
I don't
of me
even
stuttering.
understand how I do it.
Right. I've listened to recordings of me stuttering, and I've been like, "Wait, did I not stutter?" Like, cause it's like so sudden, and you're so in the moment, and so like, invested in like just like scanning over your own fucking work and like I can't think of the word I'm trying to look for, but you're so busy just like being aware of what you're doing that you notice it. You're hyper aware, but then when you see it from a third person perspective, you're like, oh, it's like nothing happened.
Like, right?
Yeah, it's weird. But that hyper awareness is a big part of especially the early days of performing though.
Yeah.
Is like getting up there and being like literally getting comfortable with the fact that you have like the group of people staring at you, and then you're trying to perform and do well. And
the first show I ever did was back in 2015 when the Convalescents came to town.
Nice.
My manager Gabe Gonzalez, the local manager, who's unfortunately isn't my manager anymore, but we still have that relationship. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even gotten my start.
Right.
I did. So they were playing for the Convalescents. A band dropped out and he needed somebody, so he picked me, and I was to open the show. I opened the show and I did fucking terrible. I mean, fucking terrible. I had one fucking day to rehearse. I had just recorded and put out a project.
Yeah, that's one day is not a lot of time.
And after I got done with my set, everybody showed me so much love.
Yeah.
That was a fucking awesome set. Hey, awesome set. That was the metal scene.
Yeah.
So I had come from the metal scene being a rapper.
Yeah.
Makes no fucking sense,
Weird
but
how
everybody loved me. I came with the same energy because I was always around the metal bands.
Yeah.
So I took that.
That's a big factor in doing that. Is matching that energy.
I took it and I fucking just leveled the shit up.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's so important that you did that too, because that's what they
and
want.
Apparently, I'm so fucking ape shit on stage. I scared the fuck out of a bunch of girls last night at the show. Oh, dude, I'd fuck. Oh no!
Oh, a stage dive? Oh, is he the
I
first one to
stage
do it?
jumped. I knew I was hitting the ground with my feet. I just jumped because once you hit the ground, I started jumping, which entails everybody else to fucking go ape shit. You just saw me jump 10 feet.
Yeah.
You just saw me jump 10 feet off a stage, and the first thing you do is
Yeah. Yeah. I got crowd surfed in.
Thanks for making me feel like a fucking rapist.
Oh God. No, for real.
Dude,
though,
I seriously
it's
thought
a bad
they were
idea.
like...
Yeah, it's a bad idea to crowd surf and then end up over like a small group of girls. You will fall.
Oh yeah, I've heard that many a times. Oh yeah. I can't. I want to so bad,
I'm not
but
doing
I
your episode
can't.
anymore.
I can't find the crowd to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
why I want to open for a Strange show, because I know if I crowd surf at a Strange show, they're gonna fucking crowd surf me. God damn it.
Whitney fucking crowd surfed.
Yeah, dude, she stood like on top of the people for a while. That was dope. And that's a thing too. She was also a middler, and it seemed like she had like some fans there, like people like knew her at least when they were at least excited. Maybe it was because it was in the middle, and so it was like kind of like starting to get to that peak, and so they were willing. But there was definitely more fat, and like obviously I just learned about her that day, and so I don't know what her fan base is like, but
she's done shows with Twisted and shit. So
right on.
But I believe she's on Suburban Noise with Cottonmouth and Head PE.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cottonmouth, actually, I didn't know they were back on Suburban Noise, because you remember they left for a while.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they were back. Yeah, everything's the beef squashed. Richter's back. Oh fuck, their new music is fucking amazing.
Right on. I'll have to go check that out.
Oh yeah.
Nice. But yeah.
Speaking of new music, girl, I got a technique. Oh my god, the new Stevie shit is fucking. My favorite's No Permission. It's not Technique, but Technique's my second favorite. I have to listen to both of those songs one time at least every day.
Nice. That's when you know it's a good fucking song.
Shout out to Lyrical for making the beat, and Don P
dude.
for doing the hook. Oh my god, that is just a fucking. Yeah, both are locals up in. Are they both up in Waterloo?
Yeah.
Yeah, both are in Waterloo. I just found out about that today.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know Lyrical was in Waterloo the whole
Breaking
time.
news. No, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
fucking
yeah.
first time I heard Lyrical was the middle of the map cipher.
Bitch, I'm in the middle of
And
the map.
he fucking went off, and I'm like,
That's such a
oh
great
my
song.
god, this is my
Yeah.
new favorite artist. So I fucking listened to everything he had put out.
Yeah, dude. I actually learned about him from my old roommate, and that was like, it was super cool of him to like for him to come do the show we did too, because like we were only able to pay him like $30 because the students were out of town, and so it would have been better, but what happened was because he was in so tight with my roommate, well, at least tight enough that he like made the trip out and like fucking like performed, and like he didn't even like come to the after party or anything. He literally just like showed up and like performed, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go to the hotel.
Well, I didn't even know he's been married for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he
Yeah.
had a wife. I thought he was, I mean, I didn't look that much into him. I just
Right.
loved his fucking music.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
definitely.
knew I wanted to meet him, which
Yeah.
I finally got the chance to, thanks to this fucker right here.
Right. Yeah. But he's a cool ass dude.
He
man.
is so cool.
It was super
fucking
cool of
dope.
him for him to do that too, because it was like, because shortly it was not
I
long
need to
after
go.
that
I
that he went to
think,
fucking Japan, and I was like,
You're
"God,
right.
You did that for us? What did you like, dude?" Yeah, no, but yeah, anyway, so but he's amazing.
big inspiration too,
Yeah.
because that's after listening to Tech is when I found him, and fucking him knowing he was in Iowa. I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I can definitely do this chopper shit now. And then I fucking dropped sleeping on me, and everybody was like, I'm not fucking with this kid anymore. That's right, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
I didn't come to play a fucking game. I came to fucking win.
This ain't.
And and I pick people up
but I'm
along
still
the
gonna
way.
shake shit up.
Because I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to struggle in Des Moines and in Iowa in general. So if I can take motherfuckers with me, I mean, obviously I'm fucking doing it.
Right. Yeah. That's huge, man.
I can't speak about that. We won't go into.
See, here's the thing about
the artist
right.
of mine that I'm very worried for.
Yeah.
We won't go in. We won't.
No
go
problem.
into
Yeah,
it.
no, definitely. Well, then let's we'll just skip it, and like I'll tell you, man, that's it. That's a big
You
thing.
know I want to, but I can't. I can't do that to him, man.
He started shaking again. He's got the energy, got the energy flowing.
Karnie gets the shakes, man.
No, what is
When he
it?
gets the shakes,
He's
the
getting-
track drops, motherfucker. You better watch out.
He should.
Nobody should watch out. I will not fight you nor try to rip your throat out unless you come at me sideways.
Here's-
So,
actually-
I'm really the
yeah.
nicest person you'll ever fucking meet.
The thing about that too, actually, now that you say that, is like my theory on it too is like if I'm aggressive, I just want everything. I want the stupidity, and I want the reason things are out of order to be normal again. Most likely, that's a mental issue. I have not gotten diagnosed because of how severe and how angry it makes me. But like, or like to how like to the level I get. But like, I know myself well enough that I know like if I'm like, even if I'm like furious,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like smashing shit makes me feel better, but like I've never been like, man, I just want to fight someone so bad. Like I've been in fights and I've just been like, and they've never
I
ended
don't want
with
to
me,
fight
like,
anymore.
I don't like fighting. It's
My
just
knuckles can't take that shit anymore.
I'm like
damn it.
right, like I'm just
I
like
was-
you're
I
letting the
boxed,
aggression out, but
Right, I
yeah.
boxed for a few years, so my knuckles are all fucked the fuck up.
I just feel like there's no point to it.
Uh,
It's like what are we doing?
yeah, because once I found music, that's kind of how I got all my aggression out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was still a little shithead, but that's because
Yeah.
I was just a little shithead.
The more self-aware you become, that's when you actually start like dealing with things about your personality, like and you as like you're being the general person, like as human beings.
Yeah,
That's when you start being able to deal with anything that might be considered less than admirable or like tolerable, at the very least. It's because then like you actually realize you can do it, and that self-awareness is lost on some. But that's another conversation, and. So it's important to have that, and and it can also be very easy to lose, and that's like when you're someone like me who has like sometimes pretty bad depression, or like pretty high levels of anxiety, an occasional anger issue, then you kind of end up just sort of kind of going. You kind of start to deal with things similar to the character of the Hulk, whereas that's always a lurking part of your personality, but you have to take proper
Yeah.
steps to actually like willingly be better and like prevent yourself from falling into those dips again, like like falling into those holes. But it sometimes it sneaks up on you.
I've seen the worst of it. It seemed I had seen the worst of it. I feel out of the people I know, it's one of the worst, most definitely.
What is, if you don't mind me asking, what is, you've been diagnosed with like certain things, and or is that like,
Well,
if you don't mind me asking what they are?
One thing that I was there was
You
a
mentioned
couple
mental
things I
illness.
got diagnosed with, a few things that I had researched and found redeeming qualities in myself from that, and I was like, oh fuck. I'd never been diagnosed with anything else other than ADD and mild psychotic. But I believe the psychotic comes from just the trauma of what I went through. I had gone through so much shit just by the age of 7 years old. I came
Right.
home from being away from my mom and my dad for 5 years. And
Wow.
I think it was around 5 years, somewhere around there. But I came home and saw mom's side of the family, and I walked in the door and there was silence, no excitement. Just from the minute I walked in the door, I was
Really?
dread
Oof.
until I moved out. I moved out. It got a little bit brighter for me, but there was still that dread attitude and mentality around me. And it carried on from 14. So all I had ever really known was dread. So to make the big change in my life from being a negative person to being a positive person really took a lot of time. And it didn't help that mainly all the relationships I had been in were toxic. So I kind of dedicated myself to a relationship, and I didn't really focus on anything else. Found something to cling on, that was happy. But it turned out to be fake the whole time. So I really had to do a turnaround this last time and really think about what I was doing wrong as a person and not what they were doing wrong. Because I had already always dreaded on what they did to me and this and that and the other thing, when really I should have been like, all right, fucking move it.
Right.
Let's get it going again. Fuck that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So it became hard for me to really do anything. So I was under
Definitely.
hiatus for so long. And then when I came out and exploded, people didn't know what the fuck to do.
Right.
I hid away for a few more years. Went through a really bad depression phase as I was going from 19 to 20, 21. I was really out of commission for a lot of the time, and then Sleeping on Me came out and I bursted. And everybody I'd known and I loved around me was going, holy fucking shit. You know what I mean? What the
Right.
fuck? Where has he been?
So
Has he been fucking on this shit?
So
What is
actually,
he
that's
doing?
like, yeah, maybe he did kind of nut there.
You know?
Yeah, man, that's all. And just as a side note, because and just in case it's being picked up in the mics, you might hear my dad yelling about. I think he's probably watching an MMA fight. So just in
Yeah,
case
I
you hear-
heard that.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. We like to watch the title fights and everything together. So yeah, but that's off topic. Yeah, but anyway, we were that blew up. That is a lot. That's a huge way. That's actually a huge way to make an impact on people. Like obviously it does suck to have to deal with the shit that it takes to get to that point.
Yeah.
But then when you make that explosion, people then see that that people then get the example of you not needing them, and then like But then that's and actually like it's quite gratifying when it happens of like being rejected and then them being like, okay, but hey, then you being able to be like, no, fuck off. Okay, because because it's like I've already gotten past it. You don't get to weasel in now that you now that you've got something to get from me.
And I have very positive idols.
Hell yeah.
I don't think anybody else inspires me more than the whole Strange Music roster.
They're great
Just
to have as inspiration.
every artist. That's why I strived. That's why I'm striving to get to that point where, I sign that fucking paper and become a part of the roster, is because you're never going to find any artist that writes as pure, as humble, and truthful as the Strange Music roster anymore.
I could agree with you on that. I could definitely agree with you on that.
This isn't a game to them.
No.
And the way modern society is, they put them on the lowest of the low, even though they're exceeding everything.
Yeah.
And it really pisses me off. Because back in the day, music like this was held to the fucking ceiling, to the sky. And now it's the lowest you can do.
Yeah.
But it's the hardest.
It is. That's the thing too, is that people, there's the reason mainstream is the mainstream is most likely because there's a lot of people writing that have already figured out a formula of what to make. Yeah, but they've figured out a formula of what works, what doesn't work. They put it together, put the face that they want on it that they know will make money, and then they push it out there, and then they tell you that's what's good. They get you hooked on the shit that they have set up to like the shit that they make you hear all the time. The shit that's gonna be on the radio, that's forced over the radio speakers in stores, like they like
the
saturate
thing,
you with that shit, so that way you think they make you think that's what's good.
Yeah, the sad thing though, Tech will never get the full recognition that he deserves.
No,
until he's in the ground.
No, that's the tragedy of a true artist is
it's terrible.
It's not until after death, but at the level he's got, he doesn't need the ones who aren't following.
I mean, I love the J-Lo and Shakira show, but it should have been 40, Tech, and Chris.
Yeah, that honestly would have been incredible. Yeah, if they would have been able to do that. Yeah, that's. See, that's the thing. That's like the real being wholesome to like Kansas and like being like.
And they won.
Kansas City, and then like
and
Kansas
they
City
fucking won.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. But
huge.
But again, that's the problem. That's it's too real and it's too on that nose and it's not hitting to enough of the people. Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely.
Red Kingdom. Didn't they come out to Red Kingdom? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, it would have been.
Why is he not on the halftime show?
Yeah, it's
you're in Miami.
Too many people that are too old. Yeah.
Too old.
Too many people that are too
Eminem's old. The same age and just destroyed the whole fucking.
No, I mean the people. No. I mean the people.
Album.
What I'm talking about is the people that put together the Super Bowl. It's people that are. It's a lot of old white people who are going for a certain image. They wanted sex. They wanted what sells. And so, they themselves don't give a fuck about J-Lo or Shakira.
Shade Throne, but nobody knows who Shade Throne is.
He pointed at Skycrow.
No, it's not about Skycrow. Skycrow knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
We just can't discuss it.
Okay.
I'm mad.
But that was the whole point of having them on there was they just knew sex would sell and that's why they wanted it. That's it. So it was just it's just like this will hit the biggest audience. This will make certain people watch. This will make money, whatever. So it's just one of those nonsense moves. Or it's just like the ones who put it together don't give a fuck about Shakira. They don't give a fuck about J-Lo. They just care that they drew a bigger audience. Yeah. That's it.
And at this state, with me, what I've learned And I think what Tech has learned too, because I heard that Yeah No song.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This man has been speaking to me my whole life. Just blatant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
dude.
mean, he's probably not, but it feels like he speaks to me. It feels like he's talking to me, telling me like, you
man.
need to fucking do this.
Yeah.
It's so powerful,
It is.
and it's powerful than anything that anybody's done
Yeah. And actually,
since Tribe Called Quest came out.
right. Yeah. No, they're to be commended and idolized and like seen as a standard and an example of what music could and should be. Not like
What a real hard-working artist looks like.
yeah, what they literally, and like they're the perfect story of like an independent label becoming like making their own complete lane. Like
They have
the,
Strange Maine now.
yeah.
Mackenzie
It's the whole
Nicole,
thing
I
to follow.
believe, is CEO of that.
I think so. I can't be quoted, but that's what
I
I want to say.
100% sure, but
I want to say yes,
Yeah,
but
right.
but,
I'm thinking.
but let's say allegedly, just in case I'm
Allegedly.
wrong. But yeah, so but yeah, man, let's since we are about 72 minutes here. I say the time too much. I just need to learn to transition into shit. But when I'm coming into shit, just to be, because I feel like, well, we're at this time. I'm like, whatever. I just need to learn to talk. But like, I think it would be a good now that we're on to this, just talk, just end on, like what the biggest, maybe what one of the biggest things you've learned in pursuing music and just like learning about you, and like one of the biggest lessons that you've picked up that you think of, that if you hadn't, maybe if you think like if it hadn't been for, if it's not for that or one of this kind of category, is there something that really sticks with you, like that is like like a real good lesson that you've learned along the way?
Never take life for granted. I spent years of my life wasting my life away, being angry all the time.
Right.
And once I really started seeing smiles on people's faces when getting into this music, I realized my pain was doing a purpose now. I was bringing happiness back into my life through other people. And that started kind of helping me build myself back up and really heal from everything I'd been through, and really leave the past behind me.
Right.
So never take your life for granted.
That's
Live every day in the moment. Live every day with a smile on your face, because you never know.
Oh yeah. Wise words, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I think that's especially in light of with Kobe and with Info. There's pretty big waves being made that not everybody's feeling, but can at least see happening around them. And so, be observant. Be just try to be just try to be empathetic with the people around you, and
Absolutely.
you don't have to cry if it doesn't make you cry naturally, but just understand that some people are affected differently.
You really want to know something? I'm honestly, I'm a bitch. So there's been,
and that's what we're ending on.
There's been a few times. I wouldn't per se, I'm not a bitch. Like, no, I'll still fuck you up. Don't fuck with me. I'll still fuck you up.
No, yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Don't put yourself in that situation, because that Italian will come out and fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Right on, man. No, I get what
There's
you're saying,
been
though,
many
man.
times where I've let the tears fall.
Definitely.
There wasn't any other choice.
Yeah.
Nothing else could help at that point in time. I was so overwhelmed with shit that it just happened.
Yeah.
Nobody on this earth can say they haven't cried.
No.
Nobody can say that it hasn't just packed on itself to the point where you can't take it.
Yeah.
If so, you're probably a Richie punk ass snob
Got a little something.
off
too
in the
much going on
hills
here.
somewhere. in
Had
the
it too
gated
easy.
Community, you know what I mean?
What was that line? In Anarchy Reigns? Punk ass kid, bye 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 bye. Send back to your wife and kids.
Oh, punk ass cop killing innocent man. Boom, baby, bye bye. Send you back to your wife and kids. Chainsaw come. I better watch your head. Got a plan up my sleeve on to come up real quick.
Oh, jeez. All right,
That's
so there's the outro cue there. Now let's
Acapella.
just
Look me up on look me up on Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, all that social media shit. I'll be sure to send the links to you so you can just post them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's
like I
there's
said,
too
I can
many
just,
usernames to fuck on different ones. Everyone's different. And fucking check me out on YouTube, Sinister Karnie, Sinister Karnie.
Perfect. Awesome, man. But yeah, so and then and like I said, I can also do like you can also send me your like any kind of shows you got coming up or whatever, and then I can do an intro, throw them in there, make sure that people know where you're gonna be. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ready to.
It's fine. They'll be gone soon. And we're back. All right, but okay, so yeah, that I will cut around, or maybe I'll leave it in just for the fuck of it. Me talking to my dad, like, yeah, okay, Dad. But thank you everybody for listening. This has been They Came From the Underground. Thank you so much to Sinister Karnie or Bradley, Glenn, Severino for being in the house today. I appreciate you guys a lot for making the trip down a lot.
Absolutely,
it helps a lot. So I'm glad we can make it work, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I can't wait to work for your brother. Can't wait to work with your brother. See how that song's gonna turn out.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great.
I'm excited for it. Look for the album coming soon. Sleeping on Me is the title. Go check out the demo on YouTube.
It's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be a fucking hell ride. Nobody is ready for it. I am done feeling like the underrated rapper and getting treated like a nobody after putting 7 years in this motherfucking thing.
So it's gotta hit, man. So
I better headline the show real fucking soon. No play.
Exactly. Hey, well maybe I'll help you out with that. But
I'm humble. I'll wait for it.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
wait
It's good.
till it comes.
You're living, you're working, you're doing what you love,
doing
man.
my
So
fucking thing.
that's another lesson we learn here. So we hope you all keep pursuing your dreams and stop doing shit that makes you mad, and stop doing shit that makes you hate other people. And we will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Peace, love, prosperity. Come from a world of ultimate pleasure and pain. I am the grief that eats inside you while you're stuck in your ways. I am the shadow in the dark that you can never see. Slither through your speakers, I'm everything that you wanna be. I hold no punches, you pussy, we bout to fucking go. Tearing down the house, tell these bitches we want it all. Illiterate motherfuckers, y'all put the mouth suckers. Papa duck, and I'm frying you motherfuckers. Sick of all the talking, better learn well. I don't fuck with fake Instagram personnel, y'all clout failed. I'm over here with the top dogs, straight boss, all up in your face, that's it for greatness, punk. Understand this ain't no fucking game. I play for keeps, DMI's my city, my music Novocaine. Who's been raising all these little pump fake kids? Think they can pop up at the mouth, better learn where it is. I've been on once and sleeping on me, hit the public. Now these motherfuckers just planning to start shit, stand for something. Fraudulence ain't no excuse for all that bluffing. Now them dogs are off the leash, ready to body motherfuckers. This tragedy was struck by your hands. Ain't no sympathy from my end, let the Reaper dive in. Seeping through the cracks in your walls, downstairs in the halls. Everything you ever were afraid of, I killed them all. No escape from me, I'm here to take your fucking soul. Ghost ride your punk, get straight to hell, I am the king of all. Here come the dangerous shadow man, Babadook. Slicing the way that your metal wood, Babadook. No one's coming for you now, bite the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? Here come the dangerous shadow man, Babadook. Slicing the way that your metal wood, Babadook. Go ahead and scream, no one's coming for you now, bite the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? Tell me something, rookie, where you come from? jaw-jacking attitude with no comeback. Fuck that, meet me in the alley, ain't no bus back. This ain't no hopscotch, homie, we don't play that. Got you shaking in your shoes, how you like that? A real one in your face, showing mad amounts of faith. Oh, you said you were about that, where the fuck to follow through? Ain't no screen protector when I'm standing right in front of you. Show me something, called you bluffing, extraterrestrial. From another universe, untouchable from everyone. Moonlight, midnight, hunting, fuck you gonna do? Move inside my silence, snap your neck and take your soul from you. Open up the box, release the chains of the chosen few. Almost out of time, out of sight, out of mind. Make sure your last words benefit the ones you leave behind. Rabbit duck, motherfucker, kiss your crooked ass goodbye. Your life is torn to shambles, Baba duck, 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 Baba duck, 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 Baba duck, duck, duck. Your life is torn to shambles, Baba duck, duck, duck. Here come the dangerous shadow man, Baba duck, slicing away at your metal book, Baba duck, Baba duck. No one's coming for you now, but the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? Here come the dangerous shadow man, Baba duck, slicing away at your metal book, Baba duck. Go ahead and scream, no one's coming for you now. Like the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? Here come the dangerous shadow man, Papa Doug, slicing away at your metal book, Papa Doug, Papa Doug. No one's coming for you now, like the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? No one's coming for you now, like the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now? No one's coming for you now, but the bullet, motherfucker, can you hear me now?